shut up!
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the second chapter of Laura Bow in the Dagger of Amon Ra. Last time, we moved to New York City from Louisiana in our job as a reporter for the New York Daily Register News Tribune, the Trib. We were
The
given
Nidrant.
the Nidrant, as I like to call it. We were given our first assignment by our boss, Sam Augustini, which was to investigate a robbery that happened at the Leyendecker Museum. The robbery was of a dagger, the Dagger of Amon Ra, and we encountered a few nefarious characters last time, including Ziggy, who is some sort of stool pigeon, um, Lofat, the owner of a Chinese laundry, and not Colonel, Detective Ryan O'Reilly, who is the policeman in charge of this case. So, having collected a few clues and acquired a second-hand, out-of-style but still sort of fancy dress, we now find ourselves at the Leyendecker Museum for the unveiling of the Egyptian exhibit. We are posing as a reporter covering the social news, but in fact, we are here to discover anything we can about the robbery. So that's where we were.
Sounds exciting.
It is.
I'm ready to overlook all sorts of stuff.
Let's do it. Yeah, this is also the point at which the game stops being a little hand-holdy and lets you progress without finding quite everything. I like how formal attire is the only requirement, but boy is it a requirement.
To the point where they actually had a banner loomed.
Yeah,
That is
actually
a
made
woven
like a
tapestry.
Well, this is a fancy museum, and they like to do it up pretty well.
Whoa.
This guy, Wolf Heimlich, he's the
Oh
best.
my.
um,
This affair is by invitation only.
yeah. However,
Oh,
you
wow.
might be surprised that he is also not thorough enough to actually look and make sure that that's not just like a press pass for clothes. Hey, it's our old friend the Clock, who has arrived to tell us.
Man, there it is.
Yep.
All
We are
sorts of
now
stuff.
on the clock.
Oh,
Yeah.
here we go. Evening of the first day.
Oh boy. And into the Leyendecker. Into the lion's den, you might say. The lion's den. Okay, it's not working out.
Calm down. I have a question.
My
When
word.
you
What is
mentioned
your
the time,
Yes.
does time run in real time, or is it certain events will cause time to pass, as in the
A
first
little
game?
bit of each, as a matter of fact. I believe for this chapter, events are what causes it to run. However, there will be times in the future that just wandering around too much will make the time go.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, a little bit of each. There are some events that you absolutely must see.
Sure.
But there are plenty of things that you can miss. So, there's a little joke there about Ramses having a big head. Ha 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 ha.
Which,
I got it.
See, because it's literally a big head? Huh?
right. Also arrogance.
Right. Also, he was an arrogant man. Boy, that would have just... How did they get that thing in the museum? I mean, you saw the front door.
Presumably they built the museum around it.
This whole
I was going to say the roof probably sort of hinges off.
Let's talk to Teddy
Egyptian
Roosevelt.
crane. So yes, here we have Teddy Roosevelt.
There he is.
A sort of dorky-looking accountant. There he is. I love this guy. Actually, everybody in this conversation I like a lot. And this is the part where the enormous... Of course. It's time. This is the point in time in which you really start getting too many journal entries to reasonably ask everybody about them. That's supposed to be a
you'd be
list.
surprised.
Yeah, not Egyptology, boy.
I'm not asking everyone about everything. That'd take years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's the kind of thing that I feel at least Bundafund and I would do on our own if we were playing this without the people watching or whatever.
I like how Laura just insulted herself.
Yeah, for no reason. I mean, it's
Oh,
not.
well, I do declare I am far too insignificant to cover such a thing as a burglary. I swear I'm getting the vapors.
There's a familiar face.
Come on.
Yes, I like that man.
Ah, here we are. That is a stern gentleman.
Here is a man who is fully convinced of his own importance and then some, I will say.
Is he the one who actually discovered the dagger?
Yes,
or...
this is Dr. Pippin Carter, who discovered the dagger, and it's one of those ones where he actually apparently did a really good job finding it, and boy is that a shame, because this is not the kind of person that should have any sort of importance attached to him, because it just goes right to his head. And speaking of heads that are weird, there's Ziggy.
What the hell is Ziggy doing here?
You know, that is a fine question. This party is sort of a catalog of people who maybe shouldn't be there.
Just, I mean, I could see. I mean, Yvette is a socialite. Did
Sure.
she throw money at the?
I believe Yvette actually works at the museum.
Oh, okay.
Along with, there's Mr. Najir, who is to her immediate right. That's the guy with the lisp.
Yep.
And obviously Dr. Carrington owns the museum. So.
Right. So he would have financed Carter's expedition.
Possibly. He's at least financing the display of his,
Wow.
Right.
A theme that you might find with Yvette is...
I'm sorry, I just want to... I do have intercourse, I mean...
Yeah, right. He's...
Well...
Yeah. Yes.
Let's see what she thinks of them.
I'm not actually sure if a long discussion about tombs is supposed to be innuendo or not. I don't know.
That's the first place my mind goes.
You may find yourself developing a certain opinion of Ms. Delacroix, and, you know, in some things... So he's the accountant, who apparently
Sure.
appears in weird places. And oh, who knows what those men are thinking. Some things appearances can be deceiving about in this game. Yvette is probably not one such case.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah.
Man, I shouldn't be saying bad things about my superior, is not. Maybe.
Alright, I gotta know about Wolf Heimlich. I just gotta know about Wolf Heimlich.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Delacroix is wasting no time in insulting him.
No. To be fair,
Of course, she hasn't
I mean,
wasted much time insulting everyone so far.
That's true. You can get the sense that she maybe has sort of a low opinion of everybody.
Myself included.
Well, yeah. She and all of the viewers. He's sort of insulting your intelligence. Dr. Carter, of course, wastes no time insulting everybody as well. This is a unamiable bunch, which I guess you might expect from a murder mystery. But...
One would wonder why they're all hanging out together. With Ziggy, no less, but maybe they just can't get him to leave.
I bet that's
Seems
the
like
come
that sort of
on.
guy.
You specifically asked about Ramses Najir, and he's just like, oh, well, if you want to know about the dynasty of Ramses throughout the Lower Kingdom of Egypt, well, have a seat.
Right. He also
Come
just
on.
got done telling you he wouldn't talk about Egyptology.
Right. I get the idea that he likes to pretend he won't, and then does it at any possible excuse.
That's probably true. Yeah. Anything he can do to sort of attach importance to himself. So one weird thing is that they gave you John Bow Dad as one of your notebook things. This was supposed to be Crodfaller's notebook, so I don't know why he would have your dad in there, and why I don't know why you would ever write it in there. No one ever has anything interesting to say about it, so it's a weird vagary of the game.
Let's see if I can get some pizza over here.
That's a fine idea. There are some other areas to explore as well. This isn't just a one-screen party.
Trying to stay on a diet.
Also, I think you're a vegetarian.
Water? Do
so.
you think Laura could handle water?
Yeah, no. Oh, look at the party goers, by the way, on every screen that you go on. They're all the same on.
They're all
screen.
semi-happy on this one? Okay.
Here we have some
I assume they're
semi-happy
not.
party goers.
Yeah, they're non-interactable.
Oh no,
Cardboard
they're just
cutout people.
cardboard cutouts. Yeah. Hi, I'm Laura Bow.
Oh wow.
Howdy!
Just do not care at all. Oh, you seem to have stumbled upon the main gimmick of this episode, of this chapter.
Ah.
By standing behind them and making a little radar antenna out of her head there.
Would that really help you hear any better?
Also, does she seem to have really long fingers?
No.
I thought that was someone else's hand for a second.
It might well be. That could be something coming out of Ziggy's back. Just some
He's
weird...
just like, hey, yo, who's standing so close to my backhand here?
She just nestles her cheek right on it. Oh, that's disturbing. I'll probably post the transcripts of these conversations in the thread. So if we're going through them a bit quickly, that's fine. You'll be able to read them all later.
Man, this lisp is just painful to even read.
Oh, it's true. It's he's sort of a painful voice actor. I like it because he really commits to the part, but the sense you're supposed to be getting from Mr. Najir is
Interesting.
that he's not a very manly or impressive man.
Right. Is he the murderer?
Man, he hasn't lost his accent. He has a heavy lisp, you jerk. I don't know. There's something about just such bald-faced self-promotion that, you know?
I do like that subtle insult that Ms. Delacroix has someone she needs to be speaking to, and hint hint, it isn't anyone here.
Right.
Alright, let's
Yeah.
try left. Left is lucky.
That's true.
Actually, the party goers have changed. They're
Oh,
still
have they?
semi-happy.
There's nothing exciting about them.
Yeah, they're just different appearance. Oh, look at this. Oh, here's Miss Delacroix again.
Something about being near that statue just makes you semi-happy. So, yes, here we have a different group of people. 3 different people here, I think.
Well, these people are totally happy.
Now, we've actually seen, well, yeah, that's a happy party goer. We've actually seen, there's only one new person on this screen, I should say, that's an actual person.
I think I recognize who it might be.
No, I'm sorry, 2, I think, because we've not seen the rotund man. Yes, we have. He was in the intro, is what I was trying to say.
Right.
Arguing with Dr. Carter. Obviously, Yvette is there, and on the end, for whatever reason, at this social event.
Smith?
Yes, Dr. Patasha Tut Smith.
Gesundheit.
He's sort of a one-note character too, I think you'll find. He likes some Egyptian things, and he thinks they have been robbed.
Well, he knows about Egyptology.
Boy, he does. It might be more accurate to say he does not know about things that are not Egyptology.
Well, me neither. We have a lot in common, this strange man.
Yes. Former society is a mere shadow of its former self.
Ah, and I like him less and less the more he talks.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like him very much to begin
Right,
with,
but
let's
we
be
started
honest.
at the bottom of the barrel, and we're well into the negatives by now.
Yep, we started from the bottom and just kept right on digging. Let's see if he
tunneling
knows
right now.
Ramses. Nope. Is this going to be a common joke?
For whatever reason, yeah, this is, they love doing things like this.
Man,
One thing that I
sounds
think is
suspicious.
interesting is I think a chapter or 2 from now, suddenly everybody's going to know Ramses Najir.
Uh-huh.
Although you might say Dr. Smith is equivocating a little bit there. I mean, he seems like maybe he knows Ramses, but sort of not.
I wouldn't say a little bit. I say he's just totally flat out lying. But
Well, that's
sure,
also
whatever.
true. I mean, it's not... Did Egyptian people wear fezzes? That always struck me as a little odd. Maybe they did, I guess.
It's,
I'm
I think,
almost
kind of an
certain not.
affectation. Are you talking ancient Egyptians? Because no, I don't think so.
But maybe modern ones did?
No.
Huh?
Nope. I was in Egypt.
Were you?
Many years ago.
Oh, cool.
As a kid. Yes, and it's it's basically indistinguishable from. Well, I don't want to say indistinguishable, but I mean it's pretty much a modern North African / Middle
Okay.
Eastern culture by this point.
Sure.
I mean, you could buy fezzes. Like,
Okay.
they have tons of fezzes for sale, but the only people you see wearing them are tourists.
I see. It's like wearing full cowboy regalia or something, which I guess in some places of the country that's still done. But you know.
Yeah, totally. You don't rock the chaps and the
Right. The 10-gallon
Stetson.
hat. At least not up in the north where I'm from.
and a gun.
And again, yeah. Unless you're Ryan O'Reilly, of course.
Spending a lot of time talking to this fellow because he seems to know a fair bit more than he's letting on. I mean, I don't think
That's
he'll
a
just
fair
come right out and tell Laura anything, but
Mhm.
I'm still interested to see his shiftiness. Let's get a look
I think
at
that is a
Fez.
fine idea. I think it's very safe to say that Dr. Tut Smith here does know more than he's necessarily letting on.
This guy is striking me as pretty much a big fat fez wearing red herring.
Yeah.
I mean, if a dagger's been stolen, I mean, naturally, it's not going to be the guy who's like, the dagger should be returned to Egypt.
Right. The man with the enormous motive.
Oh, of course.
Right.
Why
But
would he
at
still
the
be
same
in
time,
town?
he's so well informed, he could provide some useful background info.
That is true. So one thing I kind of don't like about this game, which I think Bun the Fun is seeing here a little bit, is you tend to plop right in front of the person that you want to talk to, and often it doesn't. You have to click just right in the right pixel there, or move off a little bit to the right, or something like that. It can be
Ooh,
tricky.
the Countess WC is pretty friggin' morbid. She's
Actually,
the kind of lady that would taxidermy your cat.
I need to back up here a second. This is not the Countess Lavinia Waldorf Carleton.
Really?
Yeah,
This is
Miklos
Olympia
Stockton.
Miklos.
Is it? Oh, my mistake.
Yes, this is.
She's still pretty morbid.
She is extremely morbid. She is
You can
Greek,
get her opinion.
and I'm not sure if that's a well-known Greek stereotype for being really creepy and morbid, but she has got some opinions about things.
So when are we gonna meet the
Countess?
WC? Because her name just reminds me of Water Closet,
Oh yeah.
which I find is very funny.
Well, as soon as she is in this party. So as soon as we either enter the right-hand screen or listen to another conversation and have people shuffle around, then we'll meet one of them. Yeah. So this is sort of a meet the cast point here. So, Bun to Fun, have you any opinions on Dr. Miklos like you did of Dr. Tut Smith there?
She's so over the top creepy. She's giving me red herring feelings as well.
She
But
is
she's
awfully
also
creepy.
She's so interested in coming across as creepy. She's not even providing much in the way of interesting information.
Have you asked her about Wolf?
I just did actually.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ooh, she likes wolf.
That's a little freebie I'm tossing out to you. Yvette
Lot-
at least
lot of
professes
scars,
to
huh?
like Wolf. She likes scars and she likes Wolf. So that's just something
Yeah.
to keep in mind.
Let's see what he has to think about low fat.
I think this is where they start the. I think this is maybe where they start the ethnic. No, okay. At some point, I think she makes a joke about going to the Greek laundry instead of the Chinese laundry, but apparently she also goes to low fat for her shrouds.
Do you really need to wash a shroud that often? I don't have much experience with shrouds.
That depends on, I suppose, what you're doing with the shrouds.
I have a question. What did Yvette mean about chasing the daisy?
Crying out loud.
Is she conveying to you her character type well enough?
I think so.
Do you?
Close it. Yep.
Is that heroin, or were they getting up to shenanigans?
They may well be. So, all right.
Oh, that would be rude.
Yeah, that would be rude if you're not an obviously important character. I think that they. So one thing.
Slather
quickly,
Lord Louder Milk.
That is the best name. I actually don't remember that, but I do want to point out the really enormous number of descriptions that they have for just everything in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just an urn that doesn't matter at all. Most games would say it's an urn or something like that. But back to Skippy's question. I think Yvette may have said this already, but maybe not. She has a pet ferret named Daisy, whom she lets out sometimes. Oh, I should say, not every conversation can you listen to. So this may be one of the ones you can't overhear.
I was trying pretty hard to find the sweet spot. Do I just walk nearby like the last one?
Yeah,
Is that the correct
sort of
way to
anywhere
do it?
behind them is good.
Okay.
And if you can't overhear them, you'll know that quickly enough.
Yeah, so I would have gotten it by now if it was possible.
Almost certainly, yeah.
Okay.
I just remembered a thing in the giant Ramses head room. There is an item that will
this
come in
is
handy.
this
I
is
remember
yet another contribution of Mr. Granola to this thread. But
I
yes,
just found it actually. As you.
Oh, good.
Oh, apologies. Stream lag.
Bully for you.
I think I did at least, and then it shuffled me off to the next room when I tried to
Did it?
click it.
Oh. It doesn't really expect you to be behind the tables, even though it's extremely possible to be there. But yes, the water glass is something which will be important in the future. I don't actually know. I think they already told you what its use is, so I can just talk about it with a water glass receptacle. It's a glass. I think a water glass receptacle would be
It's manufactured by the same name company that is this museum.
I guess. A little bit of trivia here. Course
Sherlock
Gold,
Holmes in the
California
background
is the main offices of Sierra at this time. They're in Course Gold. So
Oh, no kidding.
yeah, just a little trivia there. So we have happy partygoers and semi-happy partygoers. And if we examine our partygoers over here, there she is.
They're just getting out of control with these parties.
Fanatically
A
happy.
fanatically happy partygoer. That actually sounds
that's
terrifying.
Oh, good heavens.
Well, what do you think of the Countess Lavinia Waldorf Carlton?
She's wide enough that I shouldn't have trouble clicking on her when I'm trying to talk.
Yeah. So like the other characters, you probably get a fair idea of her business early on here.
Mm-hmm.
She does not know much about Egyptology, nor does she know about a good deal of things.
Now, see, this I remember.
Yeah. There's definitely...
Oh,
Big
I
fat
see.
liar.
Her Eliza Doolittle accent is slipping a little bit.
Ooh, that's a good notice there, actually. That's quite a good notice.
She's like, hey, so what if I did, right?
Yeah, it turns out she's just extremely working class.
She's just a horrible Cockney street urchin.
Right. Just starts reassembling like car engines. Ask her about Ziggy, just out of curiosity.
That doesn't sound like curiosity.
Oh, it might be. It
Not
might
much.
be a little curiosity. I just didn't know what she had to say about him. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't
Nothing
much.
good.
Well, to be fair, there is not much to be good. Not much good to be said about Ziggy. About Mr. Ziegfeld.
I wonder what what she might say about the speakeasy.
Because we
Considering,
know, we have been
well,
told
we heard
that she
about that.
visits there frequently.
Yeah, exactly. And just straight up lies, apparently.
Yep. So, we already know, based on a little investigation we've done so far, we already know that the Countess is a liar.
Right.
And you are not prone to get anything good out of her, at least in the beginning.
So she doesn't associate with people, etc., etc. I'd like to check out the gift shop. I want to,
Well, why don't you, in fact?
I want to ask one more. I want to ask everyone about the burglary, because I sort of skipped over that, and that seems very
That's a fine
significant.
idea.
So I will do that real quick.
To be
here.
fair, that is your only purpose for being here, is to find out
Right.
about the burglary.
Will do my job.
I guess. Skippy, favorite character so far?
I gotta hand it to Ziggy. I mean,
Yeah.
he's an odious little scum, but
But by golly, he's our kind of odious little scum.
he's gonna be. I have a feeling he's gonna be instrumental to this whole thing. You know, when the chips are down, old Ziggy's gonna have your back.
Notice Mr. Najir's cool slipping a little bit there when we talk about the burglary. Now, that might have been sort of an elaborate thing.
Dr. Carter is helpful as always.
Right. I know who it was and not the police, and I'll kill them in just a little bit or something. But,
Yeah.
one thing I will say is, so I was saying Mr. Najir seemed to be extremely unhappy about the burglary. Oh, Ziggy.
Yeah.
I ain't telling you nothing.
Now,
Hey,
Flint,
can you eavesdrop on these fine
I
gentlemen?
believe these folks can be eavesdropped upon.
I thought I already ran back here. No, it's different now.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
well, let's,
Thanks, Ziggy.
he's a champ, isn't he?
Nope. No, he's not.
She
She's
is
some dish, ain't she?
She's some kind of dish. Yeah. Okay, well, there's confirmation from Mr. Najir that they've had relations as well. Yeah, certainly the cat's pajamas, as you Americans say. Oh boy. So one thing that you should note is that sometimes there is more than one conversation you can eavesdrop on, and all of the conversations scramble when you eavesdrop on one. So you are making a decision, in some senses, which group of people you want to overhear talk.
I see.
I don't think anything particularly shattering is going to be missed, one way or the other. But, you know, depending on who you think would be more interesting. Some people are certainly more interesting than others.
Well, I gotta buy my gifts before the murders get on, so...
Yeah, you better do it.
This is... yeah.
I mean, assuming that there are gonna be murders.
Well, right, yeah. Nobody really says. I mean, there's just been a theft so far.
You know, this I thought was just a party.
Yeah,
You know?
just a fun party with awful people that hate each other. So, copies of some Welsh condiment pots. Apparently those are big sellers for the museum. And, boy, not to really question Laura's taste, but I don't know that I would hate to even walk on that. Maybe she hates to walk on that rug because she hates it so much.
Yeah.
It is a little noisy.
That's true.
It doesn't seem like Laura's character, though.
Yeah, it's true. It really
Let's
ties the
rob
room
place.
together. Don't rob the place.
Get out of the cash register.
Yeah. Or maybe someone just dropped them.
Just like the dagger, huh?
Okay, let's actually keep that phrase in mind. Laura, you'd never steal. Let's remember that particular phrase.
Oh, look at that.
Ah, it looks like the dagger. It's
made in
apparently made in
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Hey, Pittsburgh's high degree of craftsmanship.
You know, they could have gone for a joke and said made in Memphis, which could either mean Tennessee or Egypt.
Oh,
They didn't.
Clever.
But they didn't.
Whoa.
Missed
That's,
opportunity.
That's interesting.
Oh, wait, that doesn't appear to have been made in Pittsburgh.
Well, something's going on.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I will be honest, I was not anticipating that you were going to find that bun to fund.
Well,
That was,
everyone's full of
that's,
surprises tonight.
that's
I
true.
don't know.
Okay,
I was
Wolf
just
does not
clicking
have an
around kind of
assistant.
randomly, actually. I wanted to look at
Yeah,
the daggers
that's,
again, but I guess I clicked on the appropriate one.
Well, no, you can only look at a couple, and like only the very leftmost shows you that.
Really?
So you actually had to look at
Well.
the exact correct dagger with the magnifying glass in order to get that.
Interesting. And if I look at more than a couple, then
Then the time
Mr. Heimlich
progresses.
shows up and
Yep.
throws me out. Oh, this guy again?
So, actually, I don't think that's... I mean, it's maybe something that Laura should have told somebody about, but, you know, maybe the dagger was just upside down. And yes, this guy again. Oh, hey, Steve. Why are you here?
What? Okay, alright, so maybe Ziggy's got some dirt on somebody at the Museum Society. But who invites a stevedore, for God's sakes?
You know... Well, it's
Or
it's
is
obviously
showing good sense in all ways.
Right. Yeah, let's just step outside.
Well, let's just stroll out into the night. Man,
To be fair,
there we go.
I
Down
think
the
you would
walk,
also enjoy.
just away from the thing. Wow.
Why don't we just step over here out of sight of most people? And that's the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is the girl who got robbed the minute she arrived in New York. So.
That's true. That is very true. Miss Bo, would you kindly step into this very tight little circle of branches and berries here? Also some flowers.
Oh, I guess my question has been answered. So he is an artist merely working at the docks to pay the bills?
Right. You know, like you do as an artist. There's a little background on Laura. Apparently her mother died when she was...
Why? Oh, yeah, good point. Why is he wearing work boots? Oh, I don't know, because I'm a dirtbag.
Yeah.
So it says he does a little sculpting on the side. That seems relevant to me.
Does it? That he
I'm going
does
to file
some-
that information away.
Let's just go ahead and think about the fact that he does some sculpting on the side.
Yeah.
Yes, romance scenes. Laura's being more assertive than your average heroine in the relationship department, so I like that as well.
Oh, my.
That they do seem to have kissed right away. I think that scene and also the cover art was based on some famous Art Deco paintings. I'm gonna try to dig that up and post that in the thread. But
Yep.
I believe that was
There goes
based on a
Steve.
particular scene.